Welcome to a brand new guide on Callisto in the new multi-combat area in the wilderness. Now you're going to want to range the boss and you don't need a massive setup, simple black D hide, a rune crossbow and some ruby bolts E are all you're going to need to kill this boss. Callisto is in the central cave just north of the other 3 caves, and there's a few mechanics you need to know about the caves themselves. First of all, when you go in you pay 50,000 GP, but for every boss kill that you do that reduces the amount that you're risking, but if you die you do lose that amount. Now the way you go in is only a one-way entrance, you can't go out the same way. To get out you have to exit at the back of the cave into a multi-combat cave area. However, where you exit into the cave is always random, it can be any one of the 3 exits here. For the boss mechanic itself, you want to spread out across the room and all prey range. Now you can freeze Callisto in place, but it doesn't last very long, so it's not completely necessary. The most important thing that you need to do is Callisto targets one person at a time, and that person needs to just pray melee and stand where they are. The worst thing you can do in this boss encounter is to run away, and that is because there are 2 mechanics. First of all, Callisto will cleave anyone that he runs past. So if you run across the room, it will turn and do around 50 damage to someone who's simply not expecting it and is praying range instead of melee. The other mechanic is later in the fight there will be loads of traps across the room. Now if you're running away, you're going to drag everybody else from the other side of the room that automatically follows the boss straight across the traps, doing a lot of damage and freezing them in place. When you simply pray melee and Callisto attacks you, he only does around 25 damage, so it's not a massive amount anyway. And because you're spread out, by the time he gets from one side of the room to the other, changing aggro all the time, you take very little damage as a whole as a team. That is literally all you need to do: pray range, stand in position and pray melee when he's on you. It is probably the easiest of the new bosses in the wilderness.